Hi everybody, my name is Trevor here with Range Day, and today we're just going to be doing a quick unboxing and sort of first look video for my new concealed carry appendix holster from Tier 1 Concealed. I got mine for my Gen 5 Glock 19 here, and just for safety's sake, you can see that this firearm has been cleared. We got nothing in the chamber, and both magazines that I have are empty, so we are good to go with that. And I will be keeping the muzzle pointed in a direction at a wall just off screen, and there's no other occupants on the other side, just so we're all good to go. So let's get into this holster here, see what's in the box. A lot of my other friends here on Range Day have similar holsters from T-Rex Arms, their sidecar model, but I want to check out Tier 1 Concealed and see what their sort of flex fit feature that they're kind of known for is all about. Just kind of try something different, see how it works. So in the box here, it looks like we have a nice drawstring bag from Tier 1 that I imagine the holster's inside. And here we are. This is my new Tier 1 Concealed Axis Elite in carbon fiber with a red shock cord. I also got an additional shock cord replacement just because they're pretty cheap, and it's always good to have a spare in case something else happens to your current one. So, taking a look here, you can see that it's sort of the typical pistol and mag carrier rig that a lot more holsters these days are sort of that model they're sort of trying to follow. And this one has the raptor claw that you can see most of these holsters are known for. That's designed to push into your belt and force the pistol and the grip more into your body so you don't print as much. And new to the Elite series of Tier 1's holsters is a similar sort of feature on this side. This little raised portion is also designed to kind of push against your belt and force the mag carrier in, just so you have a little bit better fit along this flex point. Moving on to that flex point, mine's red shock cord, and it is important to note that it's not paracord, it is kind of more like a bungee cord. It's elastic, so it'll snap back into place if you were to bend it. And it's not like really floppy or anything like that. And I know some people are kind of worried about that when they see this design, but just looking at it right now, it looks pretty good. And this is the Axis Elite. Tier 1 also has the Aegis or the Agus. And it's basically the same thing, but instead of shock cord down the middle, you have a series of like snap buttons, so you could detach the mag carrier should you want to do that or move it somewhere else on your belt. I wasn't really interested in ever taking the mag carrier off, so I went with the Axis. It also looks pretty cool. Carbon fiber is great. And you can see these are only one color right now that Tier 1's doing. And I didn't get mine flashlight or weapon light compatible. They do that for Glocks and M&Ps at this time. You can get your Surefire, stream lights, things like that, but I didn't want a big light kind of poking into my leg when I'm wearing this. So I opted to, not go with the light. But on mine, I did get the +4 magazine extension. Now this mag doesn't have a +4 in it, but if it did, that would poke out just a little bit more here and would end up being flush with the pistol when it's in. And they just sort of push the little magazine slot down a little bit to accomplish that. The other cool thing to note about these holsters is that whether or not you're into pistol optics, they all do come optic cut right here. You can see that there's plenty of room right there for some suppressor height sights, and anything for your RMR or Hollow Suns or Delta Point Pros would fit just fine in there. So let's check how the retention all works. Good audible clicks from everything like that. Fits everything in there pretty nice, and there we go. This isn't coming off anywhere. It locks in there nice and tight, and you can adjust these clips right here so they can increase or lower the ride height based on how your concealment goes with and your comfort. But overall, it's a pretty good looking holster, really solid Kydex construction. Fits great, looks cool. You can see there's plenty of room for sights in there if you were to be running an optic, which I'll be getting eventually. Mag moves in and out real nice, and overall it's just a pretty good looking product right now. Looks super well made. Shipping was right on time even through the Black Friday rush, so props to Tier 1 for that. Everything looks just how I ordered. And the last thing I want to touch on is these. A lot of people tend to have mixed opinions about the sweat guard here. If you have no sweat guard, it's kind of cut off right here on your gun. This is the mid length, so it kind of goes halfway up the slide that's sticking out. You can get a full length that pops up all the way up here. This is mostly to keep some of the weapon off your body, but it also helps prevent your garment from spilling into the holster when you draw. And that can be kind of dangerous if it gets caught on the trigger or something like that. But I opted for a mid guard, which a lot of people tend to do because it's a bit more comfortable than the full length, which really tends to poke into your stomach when you're bending down or sitting or something like that. So I'd recommend at least a mid or a high guard just so you have some sort of protection from your garment falling in. But yeah, I went with the mid. The high kind of pokes you a little bit. But overall, it's a pretty solid looking rig. Definitely looks really nice. Carbon fiber is always cool. Looks super good with the Glock here. And that's the Tier 1 concealed Axis Elite holster here on range day. Thank you for watching.